Today's journey is Luanda, Angola. The world's most expensive city is waiting for us. It's located on the west coast in the heart of the continent. I was told that Angola is abundant in oil and diamonds, making Luanda one of the priciest cities globally. As we sail into the bay, the distant refinery makes me question, is Luanda Africa's Dubai? The city has seen a population surge from 800,000 to 11 million, drawing people from the countryside. Here, wealth contrasts starkly with sprawling slums, a legacy of 27 years of civil war that claimed 500,000 lives and it devastated the infrastructure. With 48% unemployment and 60% lacking water and electricity, it reflects ongoing struggles. Sarko, he's having his shoes polished.
I have maybe I have to pay $2.
Yeah, he has to pay $2 because he has the shoes are huge. Yeah, you can put a small ship in that. That's a big foot. Oh my gosh, it's huge. He's doing a great job though.
Yeah.
He even says you have a huge foot. Oh, he's so cute. They work hard at such a young age. Woohoo! They're really cute. Comparing the before and after, they look like new. We are in Luanda and we're taking a tour with a group of 12. We're doing a city tour.
This is my view.
Oh, that's not fair. Luanda's shiny face emerges on the waterfront avenue. It's lined with promenades, skyscrapers, and institutional buildings. The National Bank of Angola, they are a very oil-rich country. We're building a lot of new high-rises. We were informed that the light Sunday traffic today contrasts with the usual weekday rush. The presidential palace. Very nice. We're up on a hill. The monument we're seeing is the Mausoleum of the first president of Angola. Interesting. It has the shape of a spaceship. Angola's oil, it generates 80% of the government revenue. Yet the corruption siphons off the wealth. The business environment is notoriously difficult, with bribes expected in half of the transactions. Citizens often pay for basic services, and the police frequently demand payments at checkpoints.
This little vehicle here taking the yellow containers, he's selling water because yes, this here he is selling water. So if he is passing by your street, you can just call him and buy the amount of water that you need, because tap water is not available. It's not available for everybody. In some places there is, in some places no. For example, in my house, I don't have a current tap water. So you have to dig You see the blue and white vehicles? They are the main source of public transportation in Angola.
While exploring new places, I like observing locals as they navigate daily life. Driving through the neighborhoods, I peek into the homes, stores, and businesses, spending hours imagining their lives. Many of the people here are really struggling to make a living, yet the ex-president's daughter stands among the richest women in the world. The contrast with the politicians, who often seem untouched by these daily struggles, flourish in corruption, is stark. I marvel at the resilience of ordinary people who endure despite such glaring disparities. Just 25 miles outside Luanda, the viewpoint of the moon unveils an extraordinary landscape. Centuries of wind and rain erosion have carved intricate canyons and ridges from the weathered rock, creating an awe-inspiring terrain close to the main road. This landscape was formed from dissolving limestone and semi-soluble rocks. It spans several miles, but from this viewpoint, it's perfect to witness its full beauty. The different colors of rock wrap around a vast panorama that diminishes toward the sea. The sun on the sharp ravines and unique formations glows a brilliant red, casting a magical light over the moon-like landscape. The group down there is getting their picture taken in that frame. Okay, we're seeing the baobab tree. She pulled over so we can see it. It's a big fat one. They use a lot of water. They're indigenous to Angola. They're indigenous to Angola and they use a lot of water. The fruits are picked and they make ice cream and juice. They have to add a lot of sugar. It's not very sweet juice. However, there are a lot of antioxidants and magnesium and other minerals in this fruit. And now this makes up for us missing Madagascar. Same tree in Madagascar and other parts of Africa, especially Angola. There's a small one. They don't want to harvest them, like they don't want to grow them in their yards or anything because the roots are so deep, they'll never get rid of it and they keep regrowing. Wow, sure, funny looking. Big old stump. Okay, I told Zarko to go over there and stand against the tree so we can all see how darn big it is. It gives you a perspective, okay? It's huge, big fat thing. There it is. It's big. Okay, Zarko, look how big it is. It's huge. It's a giant tree. They're big. Wow. Yeah. They harvest them and then they make ice cream and juice out of them. Yeah. Evidently they're really hard to cut because they have that big, they're high up. They have these trees, they're growing everywhere. See the fruit? Our next stop is the Slave Museum. Luanda was actually the global capital of the slave trade. In the 1700s, Luanda was the leading port for the exportation of African slaves to the New World, despite being a relatively modest and underdeveloped town. A lot of activity going on here. We are now at the Slave Museum. Literally everybody's here. By the late 1700s, they were exporting an average of 8,000 to 10,000 slaves annually. This was facilitated by caravans of captives from the interior. Between 1701 and 1800, it exported at least 662,000 enslaved Africans, making it the most significant port in the Atlantic slave trade during this period. I really like these trees. For one thing, we've never seen them before, and I think they really hype them up about Madagascar, but you don't have to go to Madagascar to see them. Outside of the Slave Museum is a craft shop, so we have a few minutes to walk through this craft shop. Actually, yeah. I think this is local art.
Huh?
I think it's local art, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course, it's local.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, he's painting right here.
Huh?
He's painting right here. He's using he's painting like you like to paint. Bright colors.
I know.
I kind of like that pattern, it's different.
Like this?
Well, not that I would buy, I'm just saying the pattern. They have that same pattern, they still have that same pattern. Oh, come on. See the shirts, they're kind of neat. You have the Balboa tree.
Very, very colorful.
Very colorful. Wow. A lot of baskets.
Very good. There you go.
You guys look.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
A quick stop at the Iron Palace. It's completely made in iron, and the grounds are excellently maintained. It's a cultural center now, but it was designed by the same architect that designed the Eiffel Tower. It looks almost 3D.
Oh yeah, this is.
Our journey now continues to the fortress of São Miguel, sitting atop a hill with panoramic views of the waterfront, and our ship is in the distance. It's a good view. Yeah, you can see see our ship and the city. During the 1600s, this became a key point for slave traffic to Brazil. They just have rifles displayed in the 1800s. It's a fortress, you know. The fort was once a self-contained town, and now you can see thick walls bristling with cannons. Really old, huh? Look at this thing. Old wooden wheels. Well, we're ending our tour with a picture opportunity in front of the Love Luanda sign. If you wonder what Ghana is all about, make sure to see our next video of Takoradi. We visit an amazing fishing village where Zarko finally got a job. We appreciate all your comments, likes, and shares. See you in Ghana.